Hi everyone, welcome back to Sew Like Dotty. I'm Alison and this is Friday Sews. I did have a little week off last week from Friday Sews, but back with you today. So I hope you're all well and you've been getting lots of lovely sewing done, or you've got lots of lovely sewing plans. I've got a couple of things to talk to you about that I've made this week. One's a very brief one and one of them I'm going to talk you through how I did some alterations and adjustments. So yeah, won't be too long, but I've got a couple of nice vlogs coming up. You're seeing this on Friday, so tomorrow is, no, what's it called? Oh God, I keep forgetting the name. A Night on the Toon, that's it, which is the first ever Northeast Newcastle based frock tales. So I've been doing a little how I go with the garment that I'm going to be wearing, and I hoping to get that out to you on Sunday or Monday, and then probably Wednesday, I think, July sewing plans, and then back to Friday Sews next week. So that I've got a few things that I'm recording that are on the go at the same time. Hope that makes sense. So the first thing I'm wearing is this top that I've got on here. You might remember if you saw my last vlog, I'd made this. It was my first digital projector file. There have been others since, and it is straight like the one that I'm going to show you here. I'm not going to chat too much about it because I've shared it already, but it's a woven top and it's the London Top by Fibre Mood. Their size range is quite extensive. This top does have sort of a bias bound neck, and it has this little tie at the back, but I switched it up for this one, and while it was projected onto my mat, I think I did about 2 inches across the top of the front and the top of the back for a facing. I did cut the back piece in the 2 pieces, but I just joined it together as if I was going to do that little gap in the tie. What's that gap called? Is it keyhole? Whatever it's called. But in the end, I thought, no, I'm going to try it with a facing because I kind of prefer it. It pulls on and off, so it makes it super quick and simple to do. I've worn it today with my Suero pants. I didn't take a picture today, but I'll drop in a picture that I shared on Instagram a couple of weeks ago when I did make it, so you can see how that looks. So I've got 2 of these now and more planned. But yeah, so the second thing that I've been sewing and making and working on is the other dress, which I was calling Guilua, I don't know, but somebody kindly said Fibre Mood are, I'm sure they're a Norwegian company, so this is their version of Julia, so I'm going to call it Julia. And I don't know if that's right or wrong, but it's Giulia. So you might remember I shared this in my July sewing plans. This is the pattern just here. It's very reminiscent of the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress, which I've said before I do have, but as I only got it in paper pattern, it doesn't fit me anymore. So I'll show you the line drawings of it. So where with the Lotta dress you can do longer sleeves, this pattern piece doesn't have that on, but I did extend the sleeves. So you've got quite a simple skirt. The only thing for me, if you want to do the longer version, the pattern has splits in either side. It's probably actually straighter. I mean, it's not a straight dress, but it's straighter in real life than I thought it was going to be looking at that picture there. So I did want mine on a longer version. It's probably like mid-calf, I would say. So what I did was I actually took the skirt piece of the Lotta, which I already have folded in a bit, and I didn't follow that skirt piece, but I just, you know, the outer angle of the skirt, when it's cut on the fold, you've got this sort of angle here. I just put that angle on to give me the sort of shape to the skirt that I wanted. Hope that makes sense. Now, the back, you can either think it's interesting or you can be like me and go, what's the point of that? So I'm going to show you the toile that I made, because the back has this line on it, which is actually a pleat. So it's pleated here, but it's not pleated here. So I made a toile version of it at the last Wednesday sew tune that I was at, and I started to put the bias binding on, and I just thought, I don't know what I'm doing this for, I don't think I'm likely to wear it. And the bias binding was, for me, it felt too narrow. I was putting it round the neck. I don't know if I should have put it inside. However, I wanted to more kind of check the fit. So the fit was very nice. If I wanted to make it as a top, the fit was really nice. I extended the sleeves by 4.5 inches, and they actually come to about here on my arm, so like midway, I would say, between my wrist and my elbow. The pleat, I mean, it may be, this is a viscose challis, but it's a very thin viscose challis. And it's just like fairly nondescript, really. Now, fit-wise, as I say, when I first put it on, I thought, oh yeah, that fits me really nicely. I think I usually do an XL. I might have made that up. Can't remember. Sorry, that's really not helpful for you. I'm sure I usually do an XL or a 18. Yeah, an XL. But I wanted it to replace the Lotta dress, let's just say, as a really simple dress that's like a fold on the front, a fold on the back, 2 plain skirts, pockets in if you want to, but as you know, I'm not bothered. Join them together, make an elastic case, and bish bash, done. So at first I was gonna just do it as it is, because the length was in sort of the right place, allowing for making a casing and joining to the skirt. But then I thought, actually, the Lotta dress is a little bit blousy on the top, and I thought, I don't think this is going to be blousy enough. So what I did was, I was really happy with the fit across the shoulders in the XL down the sleeve here. So what I did in this underarm piece here, I've extended that from where did I do it? I think I did it from just under the arm out into the is it XXL? Let me check. Whatever the next size is, yeah, double XL. Just to give me that bit more room on my waist, and I'm happy with that. That's absolutely fine. I think I must have extended the bottom as well, and it didn't need that on. So when I made it up in the correct version, I took that off again, so it didn't need that length. Now what I did with the back, I've got wet nails. I've gelled my nails. I'm not going to show you because you'll know what colour my dress is. So I'm just going to do the rest of the vlog like this. So I've gelled my nails ready for Saturday night, but I've reacted to 2 of them on my middle fingers. It's like a different gel, and my fingers are so sore, and it hadn't cured properly. I don't know, I've just had a problem with it, and I've been gelling my old nails for a long time, so I've took it off and I've got some OPI nail envy on. So I think it's dry. I'm trying not to touch anything in case it get it on. I'm so used to having gel nails that are dry straight away, but I think we're okay. So I know I'm not going to get the pattern piece out because it'll just be all rustly, but basically the back piece is the one that I mentioned the other week that was like cut on the wong. So if you imagine what the front looks like, basically, and then it's like that, but you've got like an extra bit in here to allow for the pleat at the top, so it is a bit on the wong. So what I did was, I did it by projector, but it would be the same as if I had a paper pattern. I projected it down, I got some paper out, and I created a paper piece. And then I folded the pleat in as if I'd made this top, and then I drew the lines on it and created my back pattern piece. Then I cut out the front pattern piece, and then when I put them together I realised they look the same, like literally exactly the same. Now obviously I tried this on, and I did feel like the front came down a little bit, but I felt like I wanted it just slightly lower. So I think in the centre of the front piece, on the fold, I took it down by not even a centimetre in the middle, and then just graded it out round the neck. So like, pretend this is the pattern piece here and this is the neck here. I just did sort of about a centimetre there, but by the time I got to here it was back to the normal to go follow the line around, and then I created the facing from there. If you're kind of like curious how did you create the facing, I'll drop a link in the description box to a vlog that I did for Friday Pattern Company when I did the 2-back hack on the Saguaro set top, because I did the same process to create the facing as I did on there. So if you want to know how I did that, that's how I did it. That might not be how other people did it. So then I have a front pattern piece and a back pattern piece, and actually I was a bit kind of This has ended up a little bit similar to that, but actually it hasn't, because the sleeves on the Suero top are a lot wider. They would sort of come out from, I don't know, maybe about here, I would say, maybe about there, where these ones are a couple of inches further up. So these aren't a fitted sleeve, but they're much more aligned to the shape of my arms. I hope that makes sense. So then I moved to cutting out my actual dress, which I did, and then I sewed together the top, and I sewed together the bottom, and then I put them together without the elastic in, and I thought, oh, this waist is too low. So I'd overlocked the top of the skirt, and I'd overlocked the top or the bottom of the top separately, and then I'd stitched them in place to create the channel. It does give you a pattern piece in that you can sew in to create the channel, but I'm quite happy following the Tilly version of it, where you kind of just sew them together to create the channel. So I just unpicked that quite quickly and took probably an inch off the top, which put it back to the XL size. I hope I'm not making this too complicated. Just some adjustments as you go. I mean, I don't like unpicking, I've got to be honest, but I do quite like it when you kind of got to puzzle out the fit of something to make it right for you in a certain degree. So this is the fabric. Now, I'm going to say I got this from Stitch In Ink maybe 2 years ago. I'm not really sure anymore where I got it from. Now, I don't think it's a cotton poplin. It was a guess what fabric it is, and generally I'm quite good at that. It's definitely not a lawn. It's not 100% cotton, because that would be thicker. It maybe is a cotton poplin, I don't know. It's some sort of cotton fabric in this pretty floral design, which has got some colours in that are my colours, but I actually look, well, it's hard to tell in this light, but I look all right against the colours. So I'm going to drop some pictures in so you can see it. So that's the sleeves finished and hemmed, and it again, it was a bias bound neck. I'm just not keen on it, so I made the facings for this, and I just popped that little Rosy Cheeks label in, one of the new ones. It's going to focus, which says original. More just so I could immediately tell which was the front and the back, but you'll be able to see there how much I've lowered it by. It's not a massive amount, but it's just enough to make a difference. I'll probably take a picture in the morning when I'm kind of getting ready to go out, and I'll pop it in the edit so you can see it. And then the channel is created with the elastic here, and then it's just quite a long plain skirt, no ruffle or anything. It's probably slightly too warm for the UK temperature right now. I'm not going to say any more about that, because I'm certainly not moaning, but the sun has returned. It's at least warm. Happy days. And when you're watching this, I'm going to be at the seaside. I'm off to Scarborough for a couple of days, or Scarbados as we call it, mostly because James are playing tomorrow night, but I'm looking forward to a little seafront walk. So I had one today. I'll drop that in. We went to Whitley Bay this morning, which is near us. The tide was going out, smelled all beachy, all the seaweed was on the beach and things. I'll drop either a picture or a little video playing to one side, but it was lovely. We'll just have one of those little moments of, there you go. So, simple makes, nothing complicated, but I have been busy doing other things. As I say, my August sewn plans will be with you next week. I've already cut out quite a lot of them. I don't know what, I think while I had the projector on, I was cutting things out. I was just in a bit of a cut-out-a-thon mode. But I have got a couple of fabrics that have arrived, which I'll share with you on that. So that's going to cover August and up to early September, I think, in that vlog of everything that I've got planned. So I will leave it there. Hopefully I'll have dropped the pictures in by now. Hope all is good with you. Happy sewing. Let me know, as always, what you're up to in the comments, and take care, and I'll see you really soon. Bye for now.